Why do skaters hate MONGO pushing? Now, I know you've all got this question because a lot of you people might even MONGO push yourself. I know that I've MONGO pushed and I don't personally like it, but if it's comfortable for you, then skate it. But we're going to get into why a lot of skaters frown upon MONGO pushing. And MONGO pushing is basically, if I show up a picture right here, where you're using your back foot as your stability foot and your front foot as your pushing foot, for example. So again, point arrows to it, editor, do all those things, give future artists some extra work because we gotta do that. But MONGO pushing isn't also hated just for that, just because it doesn't look nice. That is the first point, really. MONGO pushing just doesn't look nice. It doesn't look stable, it doesn't look, flowy, it doesn't look like you know what you're doing. That is kind of the first point of MONGO pushing and why people don't like it, because MONGO pushing is just seen as a cardinal no-no or a sign of a beginner or a poser. Now, the difference between a beginner and a poser in MONGO pushing is you can tell. There is a way to tell, and a beginner will actually start to move their foot slightly forward, and then they'll end up turning their pushing foot that they were using on MONGO into their pushing foot in their normal regular stance. So like say they had their left foot at the back, that would eventually become their front foot, and then they'd make their right foot their back foot. But if they got too much into the habit of MONGO pushing, they might have a little bit of difficulty, doing tricks, doing things like, ollies, manuals, shove-its, all that type of stuff, because they'll be moving their pushing foot to the front and shifting their weight to the front. So they're going to maybe misplace where they go, so they might tip the board forward, and that's another reason why us skaters don't like MONGO pushing. But the other thing is stability, like generally, like that's it. Like MONGO pushing is not stable at all, because you're supposed to have all your weight on the front of the board already, so that that's in a fixed position, so that when you're pushing on the front of the board, you're not exactly falling backwards or falling forwards when you jump on the board. So when you put your back foot on the board, onto the back of the board, onto the tail, you're not gonna fall forwards or fall backwards. Again, I know the same argument could be made that I made for putting your front foot on the front of the board. You could tip over, yes. If you don't know what you're doing, yes. If you don't know how to shift your weight properly, yes, 100%. But MONGO pushing just isn't stable because you're not doing it in the right order, in a way, if that makes sense. Like, it's hard to make sense of what I'm saying, but if you've ever been on a skateboard or anything like that before, you'll know what I kind of mean. And the other thing with that is, with it not being stable, again, tricks come with more difficulty. So the best thing to do is leave MONGO pushing for switch if that's more comfortable, because a lot of skaters do use MONGO pushing for switch. So when they're more comfortable, pushing with their left, they'll just make it MONGO, and then they'll put their front foot on as normal, as you would for regular MONGO pushing, but they'll obviously be going kind of fakey in a way to what their normal stance is, and fakey is just going backwards, right? So if you're pushing MONGO, you're technically going fakey, but you're also technically going the right way for switch, and that's the thing. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a cardinal sin for people to MONGO push and stuff, but it's just the most unstable, most horrible way to, push, and it doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel as nice as, front foot on the front of the board and just push and push and push, and then once you've got your speed, you just flow and you just go with it, and it looks nice, it looks, like you're comfortable, it makes you look like you know what you're doing. And the thing with looking like what you know what you're doing, or it feeling comfortable, is you're going to be more confident on tricks. You're going to be more confident going at speed on the board. You're going to be having more fun with tricks and stuff like that. So if you're a beginner who is Mongo pushing, again, if you're doing exactly what this picture is doing, try and fix that as quick as possible. The easiest way to do that is whatever foot you're comfortable with pushing on right now. So say your back foot is like your Mongo pushing back foot, put that to the front and try and swing your leg backwards. So your normal pushing leg that you would put on the front, put that on the back or on the tail. And that is my best advice for anyone who has been Mongo pushing a lot and maybe just not been taught the right way or not been taught how to, push properly. Now, again, I see a lot of people Mongo pushing when it's their first time on the board, and that's understandable. It might feel a lot safer for you. But again, I think there's a reason to why it's hated, and it is down to those style points. It's down to those, looking like you don't know what you're doing, looking like you don't have a clue on what skating is. I mean, there are great Mongo skaters out there who Mongo push and stuff like that, but Mongo pushing, just trust me, when I say it, I mean it. It does not look nice. It does not feel nice to skate unless you're skating switch. That's the only time it's allowed, apparently. And that's just because, you're still pushing with your more comfortable foot. So it's down to a comfortability thing for switch. But for normal skating, it's a big no-no because of that as well. Because it's not exactly the most stable. And even people who do Mongo on switch know that. They know it's not the most stable or most comfortable thing to do. So if you're doing it, make sure that you're, confident on it and you're not just you're not just stuttering in a way almost, like I apparently fucking do all the time. But the thing with Mongo pushing as well is, again, aside from it not looking nice, aside from it not being comfortable, aside from it not being, easy to do tricks from, is just general rideability. You can only get so much speed on Mongo. You can't get as much speed as you would regularly. So when you're regular skating, 3 pushes is more than enough to do things like ollies, kick flips, heel flips, tray flips. Maybe not tray flips. You might need to go a bit faster for tray flips unless you're really good at tray flips. But varial flips, varial heel, all those types of tricks that are just all flip tricks and stuff like that, they're nice and easy on normal, regular skating, not Mongo. So when you're pushing Mongo, you've got to think a lot more and you're thinking the trick through a lot more. And that's what makes it so damn difficult. And again, I know I went back into the difficulty thing, but I gotta get that point across because it is so difficult to actually push Mongo and then skate good on Mongo. So again, just be careful when you're out there skating. If someone asks why you're pushing Mongo, maybe tell them it's a comfortability thing, maybe don't. I don't know. Leave it up to you guys down in the comments below as per usual. But the other very last thing with Mongo pushing, don't do it. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit. Trust me, I used to Mongo push a lot and when I was starting, and it was horrible. And I wish I never learned how to Mongo push. And now I can Mongo push, but I've kind of grown out of the habit, which is a good thing. Trust me, it's a good thing. Once you start skating normally, you'll realise why it's a good thing not to be skating Mongo or pushing Mongo in any general way. So you guys have fun with that. Learn how to push normal. Learn how to have fun with skating. But more importantly, I hope you guys get out there, learn on a skateboard, learn everything, everything you can on a skateboard. Any progress is good progress. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video of mine, which will be either session skate 2, skate 3, I don't know yet. I've not recorded that video yet. But I will see you guys on Friday, or I will see you guys on Wednesday, because we are doing some gaming videos again. So subscribe for that if you like gaming, subscribe if you like skating, and get out there and, learn some stuff. Learn some skating, learn some gaming, learn some new trick, I don't know. I'm not the boss of you, so go learn something. Anyway, see you guys in a bit, and as always, happy skating, happy gaming, and peace. Bye.